Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. If you saw my last planning video, you know I walked through how I set up our homeschool year using Homeschool Planet and showed you just how easy it is to enter your own lesson plans into the planner. Well, today I'm going to be taking things a step further and showing you one of my favorite time-saving features, Homeschool Planet's integrated lesson plans. So in my last video, I really wanted to show you how to set the dates for your homeschool year, create your classes, and highlight some of the easy options Homeschool Planet offers for creating recurring assignments and things like that. This video is going to focus on the done-for-you lesson plans that you can purchase from Homeschool Planet's Lesson Plan Marketplace and how to integrate those into your planner. And I'd like to thank Homeschool Planet for sponsoring this video. They were kind enough to gift me a couple of their lesson plans so I could show you exactly how they work and just how they can help you wrap up your homeschool planning. Homeschool Planet offers thousands of plug-in lesson plans that match popular homeschool curriculum. All you have to do is choose the lesson plan for the curriculum you're using, answer a few quick questions, and your planner is instantly populated with assignments, notes, and even links to online resources if applicable. I'm going to walk you through how I'm using these plans with some of our new classes, specifically Shorman Math, Essentials in Writing, and Writing and Rhetoric. If you've ever wished someone would just do the planning for you, this feature is going to be a game changer. Okay, let's jump in and take a look. Okay, so here I am in my Homeschool Planet dashboard, and I'm going to try to add some lesson plans to our planner. So I already have this filled out. If you guys watched my last video, you saw how I entered some of these classes. So now we're just going to plug and play some of the lesson plans so I can get it done super quick. I'm gonna show you guys just how easy it is. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is Shorman Math. So I had already added in a math class for my son, but if you notice, I just made it really simple and it says Shorman Math every day. I don't have specific assignments in here. And the reason for that is because I actually have this checklist that I printed off from them where it tells you the lesson and then all the assignments for that lesson. So I figured I would just have this in Homeschool Planet as a placeholder for my son, and then he could just pull this out and check everything off on here. Well, I didn't realize that Homeschool Planet had lesson plans for Shorman Math, so I'm gonna go ahead and integrate those assignments into our planner so he doesn't have to pull this out. He can just do it all on the Homeschool Planet screen while he's already there. So to do that, I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna click like I'm going to add a new class. And I'm going to click on Create a Class from a Lesson Plan. Okay, so then it's going to ask which lesson plan I want to apply. Now, the great thing is that once you buy a lesson plan from Homeschool Planet, you have it forever. So in the past, I've bought plans for learning language arts through literature. I did our Essentials in Writing for level 6 and level 7 last year. So if you want to reuse classes for future kids, you only have to pay for those lesson plans once and you can reuse them again and again. So the one that I'm going to use right now is going to be Shorman Algebra 1 with integrated geometry. So I'm going to click on that and hit next. And it says, would you like to create a new class based on this lesson plan or apply it to an existing class? I'm going to just create a new class and probably just delete the other one that I had. So we'll click next right there. Okay, which assignments do I want to include? Let's see what my options are. Okay, all assignments are only the ones I select. Okay, so right now my son has done up through lesson 9. So I don't want to include those in the lesson plan. I'm just going to go in and deselect the lessons that he has already completed. So I'm just going to take a minute to do that. Okay, so I've got everything deselected up through lesson 9. I'm just going to double check and make sure everything kind of matches up with what I have on the paper and what we've been doing. And all of this looks good. So they've got the lesson, they have reading, watch the lecture, complete the practice set, and then correct the practice set. So looks like all the assignments are there. Okay, so all of this looks good. I'm just going to scroll to the end here and make sure it kind of ends up with what I want. That looks great, so I'm going to hit next. Okay, what's the subject of this class? This is going to be math. This will be for Luke, And notice I could select multiple students here. I'm going to be doing that when we add one of our other subjects. We'll hit next. Okay, the schedule for this class, remainder of the school year, I'm going to leave that checked. We're going to do Monday through Friday, no particular time. What does this mean? When checked, dates left blank in the lesson plan will result in class days with no assignments. If unchecked, any such gaps in the lesson plan will be eliminated before applying to the class. Okay, I don't think there are any gaps in this lesson plan, and I can always adjust that later if I want to. So we'll hit next. This has suggested grading. I don't want to set up grading in here because they grade everything in the Shoreman Math dashboard, and if I set it up here, then I have to go in and enter my own grades, and I don't really need to do that. So I'm going to hit no and hit OK. Okay, your new class will be added to your calendar, and then to make changes, select the class and select edit. Okay, so there we go. There is our new Shoreman Math Algebra 1 with integrated geometry. And so now my son will have basically everything he had on here, all these check boxes, but they're just going to be on his Homeschool Planet, which he is already using. So one last thing for him to flip through and do. This is kind of nice. It includes a login link right there, so he can click on that whenever he needs to log in. He can go straight from his dashboard. I do want to click in here and make sure that hours tracking is set up because I do need to track hours on this course. So I'm going to go to track hours. I need to select that, and I'm going to, I don't want to do the assignment method because that would mean for each of these checkboxes it's going to log time, but if I go by class, it'll just record the time that he spends in the class. And I know that that's going to be about an hour or 60 minutes every day, so I'm going to put 60 minutes in here, and I can always go back in and change that. If he has days where he spends longer or shorter on math, I can go in and manually change that. But on average, it's going to be about an hour. And then it already had the default of 30 minutes set up, so I want to just use the new default of 60 minutes for all of the classes. So we'll hit OK, save and close. And now you see this little clock up here in the corner. This is going to tell me how many hours he's logging for that class, and this is where I could also go back and change it if I ever needed to. Okay, let's go ahead and move this math up to where the other one was. So that's right up top, and then I'm going to delete this other one that I had set up. So we're going to delete that math class every day going forward. So it's not going to affect, if I go backwards here, it doesn't affect anything he already did. Just everything moving forward is going to be that new lesson plan. Okay, see how easy that was? So just two more to do. I have Essentials in Writing and Writing and Rhetoric. So Essentials in Writing is just for my son Luke's 8th grade Essentials in Writing. And that class, we're not going to start this next week. So I'm going to create this from a lesson plan. I don't have it set up yet. And we're going to do Essentials in Writing Level 8. So we'll hit Next. Create a new class. I want to include all of the assignments because we haven't started anything yet, so there's nothing I really need to skip. This is going to be Language Arts. Just for Luke. Let's see. What is the schedule? Okay, so this is where I'll change the start date. So I know that I'm going to start this one. What do I have written down? We're starting this on August 4th. That'll be the day where we have our full schedule, our official full start of the school year. So I'm going to select starting August 4th through the end of the school year. And that one is going to be every day of the week as well. No particular time. I do not want to set up grading for this. I would do this in Homeschool Planet if I was going to be keeping grades for like a report card, or if I needed it for, maybe if I needed it for a transcript to actually calculate the grades for me, because Essentials in Writing, it is a physical book, and so I will be grading compositions and grading assignments, but I'll just keep track of all of that in the workbooks that we have. So I don't need to go in and double enter all of that into Homeschool Planet. And so that's something you can decide to do. Even if I was using it for a transcript, those are things that you can enter into Homeschool Planet after the fact when you're putting in all your courses and saying what grade your student earned on that. So I'm not going to set it up right now because it's just kind of an extra hassle to have to go in and enter the grades if I'm not really needing it on this platform. So I'm just going to hit no. Okay, so this is going to be added to the calendar, and we're at the right date. So this is August 4th. Here are all of the assignments. And again, I'm going to go in and edit this, and I want to make sure we're tracking hours. And again, we're going to go by the class method, and I'm going to do about an hour. It's going to ask me to use the new default, and good to go. Okay, so again, super easy. I'm on my last class, which is going to be writing and rhetoric. And this one I'm going to be assigning to all 3 of my older kids. So this is really nice because I don't have to do it separately for all of them. I can do it all at once. So I'm going to go into the lesson plans here. I'm going to find Writing and Rhetoric Book 4, Crea and Proverb. We're going to create a new class. We're going to include all assignments. This is going to be language arts again, Luke, Carly, and Emma. We're going to start this one again on August 4th. And so this only has 3 days selected. It says the publisher recommends a 3-day per week schedule. So if I look at my notes, okay, I have written down that we want to do this on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'm going to select Tuesday and take Monday off. Make sure I got that right. Okay, no particular time. Not going to set up grading for this either. And good, so that's going to add those schedules right here. And it looks like a lot because it's doing this for each of my kids. So there's Luke's, Carly's, and Emma's. So one more time, I'm going to go in and make sure I've got my hours set up. And we will use the default of 30 minutes for now. That should be good. And again, I can go in and manually change that if I need to at a later time. So as you can see, using the integrated lesson plans from Homeschool Planet makes the whole process so simple. Yes, you can do all this manually, but with the lesson plans, everything is laid out for you so you can spend less time planning and more time with your family or doing anything else but planning. Thanks again to Homeschool Planet for sponsoring this video and for making tools that truly support homeschool families. I will leave a link below so you can browse their lesson plans and see if they have one for the curriculum you are using. If you have any questions about Homeschool Planet, drop them in the comments, and don't forget to like this video if it was helpful and subscribe for more homeschool tips and encouragement. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.